Well, welcome back to the OVC Media Day. We're live in Evansville, Indiana at the Doubletree Hotel right across the street from the Ford Center, where Brian Barone's SIUE Cougars won the tournament championship last spring. That doesn't get old to talk about, does it?
No, it's not. It's fine. It's fine. You work hard to get to that point. At some point, you got to move on. But no, we can talk about it.
It's Brian Barone. That's Ring Malith of the Southern Illinois Edwardsville Cougars, and appreciate you guys being with us. I hear you're giving a speech though later today at this event.
I forget. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna might get on ChatGPT really quick for it. Don't do that. Don't do it. No, but yeah. We'll just talk about how the city's really embraced this, and every year they've done a really good job of kind of adding to the experience at the tournament each year. So we're pretty lucky to be part of it. There's no doubt about that.
Ring, I've been asking players, I always want to know this. Why do you wear the number you wear?
Number 0. I wear 0 just because, I can't. I feel like it's when I joined JUCO, I feel like I came from nothing, because I had to go to junior college and stuff. So I felt like 0 is like just like the number of like starting over, like from nothing and just build it from there.
Love that answer. Talk about your relationship with Thompson. You guys played together, and now you're playing together.
Yeah. No, that's my guy. I mean, I've known him for 3 years now, going to 4. He's like my brother. I know his family, great family. So yeah, we really like now close. We see each other as brothers. Right?
I love that. Coming off the championship, Brian, we've talked about this. But it's like awesome, great. We're celebrating. Now we have to move on and build forward. What's that building been like this off season and now into the regular part of your practices?
Yeah, it's it's nonstop. It just with the way the rules are and things now, you feel bad for the coaches' families because you kind of you get done with your season and you're on to the next thing to build the team. And for us, it's nice because we have a lot of retention. We have a lot of guys that believe in one another, like Ring just talked about. Like they view each other as brothers. So that was nice. And now we're just different. It's a different team. It's a different kind of different guys need to be leaders. Just trying to learn each other. And we know it's going to be a long process because of our historical retention. When you lose guys that have been with you for 5 years, multiple years in a row, you just got to get that next group's got to kind of step up, and it's been fun. There's no doubt about that, and it's kind of the next step that you got to do, right? We get to do it again.
What's the personality of this team like? Meaning, Ray was such a big part of the team a year ago, the unquestioned guy on the court that was kind of leading. How does that leadership role change, and what's the personality of this team?
It definitely changed, losing Ray just because he was such a good leader and, he controlled everything on the court and off the court. But by just being with him, he taught me a lot of things. So we just really just trying to continue, what he taught me and just continue to guide the new guys and still be the same culture and just introduce that.
What is that? What kind of leadership responsibility does that put on you?
Just bring the guys in with me, teach them how to be a good teammate, how to be. It's at the end of the day, it's bigger than basketball, but we're all there for basketball. So just teach them to be great people in life, just in life, and a good teammate, be good at basketball, and just go out there, have fun, and.
I like it. Ray was such a force of nature for your team. The Campion is a point guard. Maybe he's not replacing Ray, but he's going to have the rock in his hand a lot. Just talk about what his role is going to be with this year's team.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Ray was special. He still is special. He's doing great things overseas. He's always going to be part of our DNA. I have no problem kind of acknowledging that. And then you have a guy like Jack coming in that has produced in this league. He's about a 3-to-1 assist turnover ratio historically. They always give us fits. I asked our guys, when he was, deciding to make a change. went to our guys first and said, "What do you guys think about him?" And they, they were all lit up. And to me, when you have respect of a peer, and I just was frustrated by him, right? And I'm excited to try to, Stan does a good job too. That's the other thing. You respect where he came from. That's very important.
Mhm.
It's unique how you do it now. But we're excited to have him. He's quick. He's got the ability to play to pace at this level that he's done for 3 years, and he's had a lot of minutes over these years. So we're excited about having experience come in to be a different piece of the puzzle, but still be himself, and hopefully we can enhance a little bit of things that as any junior to senior would do, get a little bit better, hopefully.
I've seen you play a lot, but for somebody out there that hasn't seen you play much, talk about your game. What are they going to see when they see Ring Malith on the floor?
I mean, I would say my game is just do everything. I try to lead with defense, and then the defense going to determine how I'll play in offense. But I would say I do pretty much everything.
He does do everything.
He does.
Energy. I'm like, you're an energy bringer. Talk about that, the important part of your game.
Yeah, I mean, I just go out there and try to play as hard as I can. Just bring the energy, and I hate losing, so I'm always gonna bring that energy, no matter what it is. That's something I'll never lose.
And you haven't lost a lot of games. I mean, junior college, you almost never lost. Last year, you had a great year.
Yeah. It's just that fight in me, just whatever it takes to win the game, I'm willing to do it.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. We know some of the returners that are back. We know about some of the new people. Tell me a player that right now I'm not thinking, oh, this guy's going to play a major role on this team, and by the end of the year, we're going to be talking about him.
From the returners or new guys?
Either way.
I mean, right now, the most impressive person to me is Honest Sikanis. I feel like he deserved to win the Defensive Player of the Year last year, but he got hurt. But I think I can just tell like he's bringing it this year. Like he gonna come in and dominate and just show what he can do, But yeah, people will hear about Honest and also Miles too. He got that fight in him. I think he's coming too.
You guys have size differently than maybe in years past. How do you obviously you game plan because of that, but do you change styles at all?
I think you have to think about it a little bit. We could go bigger. You got Arnie, you got Kyle, you got Ring. He could be the 2. You got Miles, you got Baker, who was out last year, Joe Valerie, who was out last year. They all got size. So I think versatility has been something that we've always had. Guys that could play multiple positions, like the Twins a few years ago. We always had that. We got to focus on where we're getting, shots or actions a little differently. You can run the same stuff, right? Yeah, but it might be, a different option out of a particular set. Or any continuity, you might go a little bit more high-low, right? If you have size, or you might look to get inside. You have more split screen action, so we can be who we are while we continue to find what we're strongest at with this particular group.
After winning last year, and as the season went on, you guys are winning games, and you're in the hunt for the championship. Your home court became a real home court advantage. Yeah. Talk about that a little bit.
Over the years, there was a picture of you, right towards the end of the season of one of our guys that followed us. His name was Jay Flex. He kind of follows us around and does great video work. And it was a picture of, I think it was Ray. And then from the same angle, there was no one in the background. And then 4 years later, it was sold out. And it was a community thing. It was a thing that people wanted, because these guys, whether they're the Children's Hospital, whether they're helping set up for St. Boniface Fest, if they're reading books, handing out popsicles at the local softball game. There's a connection to the community where I felt that as the most important thing. I know I'm kind of jumping around. I thought you lose to SIMO. SIMO wins on our court. All right, Brad does a great job. I have tons of respect for Brad. Frustrating losing at home. And the next game, and it was one of our best crowds, if not best crowd ever. Then the next game, more people came.
Wow.
And to me, that was like, wow, this is an us thing. This is us together right now. So I'll always remember walking out of the tunnel after going, wow, there's more people here after we played not very well. And they got us through to get us that second seed ultimately.
What was it like cutting down nets just across the street? Can you describe that experience?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great feeling for sure. Just exciting feeling, just the ups and downs we've been through the season, and then you like finally, man, we did it, and you just kind of sink all in. But it was amazing feeling, feeling better than that.
No better feeling than that. I hope you get to do it more.
Yeah.
How do you feel like just the progress of this new team is?
Yeah.
Here we are in the middle of October.
Yeah, I mean, no coach is like, hey, I'm ready to go. Right. Like, let's go play. Let's go play a game right now. But you also need to go play right now. That's the thing. We need to go. We're good at kind of what we know how to play against ourselves a little bit. And you're kind of in the position right now as a coach. I can look at him making a shot as a good thing or a bad thing at the other team. Why'd you let him make the shot? And it's all about your perspective of how you want to look at practice each day. I like where we are. Again, you lost guys that had been with us in a particular position. Des Polk, Rayshawn, Brian, Declan in the 1 and 2 position that had experience multiple years. So we have a different group of guys in those positions right now that we're trying to just kind of find the rhythm of the day-to-day along with their new role of now being the person that needs to bring somebody along, where last year they were brought along. The Miles, the Rain. Arnie's role is different now. So, this is the time of year where you probably think you need more time as a coach, but in reality, you need to kind of go down that roller coaster right now, and we got to get hit in the face with what we need to do next, and that's the start of the season. So we're ready to roll.
What's it like to play for this guy?
It's awesome. I mean, he's always gonna push you to be the best version of yourself, and one thing I like is just he cares more than he cares about you as a person more than just basketball, and that's what you really need, like from coach, So.
Those are good words, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting right next to him. I think what happens is you're able to do that. I'd like to think that I would like to do that as a person, anyways. But you're able to do that by the people you bring in. We were driving up here, and it was a 2.5-hour ride that didn't have the radio on. We're just talking, and he's pointing out things about my daughter of like, hey, Ava's kind of quiet. This one particular time when we were at another house, she was really talkative, but Gianna's the one that's always talkative. And I'm like, wow, you like really care. You care about us. You care about my family. And he doesn't even know he did that, but it's easy to care when you have the right kind of people around. My mom and dad, I think, tried to raise me halfway right. But it's very important to bring the right kind of person around. As much as I trick him into acting like I care about him. He makes it pretty darn easy because he's a good person, and we have a good group of guys that I think care about each other a lot. And that's why they go out there every day. Collectively, it's not always perfect, but collectively, you walk in that locker room after a good or tough practice, and you hear laughter, you hear togetherness, and that's at the end of the day, that's what you need this time of year. There's no doubt about that.
How close are you to knowing these are my 5 or these are my 8 or whatever that number is?
That's funny. We were just we were talking about that on the way. The exact thing. We're close to your 8 or 9. But again, what you need with so many new guys in particular positions, you need to go against somebody to see how they're going to react in a game, right? You need to go against somebody to see, like, certain guys know, okay, I know what CJ's going to do on this ball screen, so I can get him frustrated.
I can cheat.
Yeah, I can cheat. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we're chat GPTing all over the court right now. But the so you have an idea, but I do like our depth. I really do think that we have a lot of guys that are very capable. We're talking a lot about sacrifice right now. It's not about who's going to play, who's not going to play, but it's who's given the opportunity to give. I want him to give the minutes to somebody. At the end of the year, we talk about it a lot. But we had Rayshon Taylor and Des Polk sitting on the bench for about 4 or 5 minutes in a huge stretch where he made some big plays. But Jordan Pickett and Declan Dillon were out there, and I was going to put those two guys back in, and Ray and Des wouldn't get off the bench. They literally said, no, leave them in, let them bring it. And they were giving minutes away. And I think that's where that level of sacrifice is. It's not about taking minutes. It's about, I'm going to sell out to do everything I can. So when it's my time to give someone else an opportunity, they're going to go do the same for me. That's what we got to find right now. And I think we will. It's just going to take some time.
And is Declan back as a coach?
He's Coach Dillon now, right?
Yeah.
He's it's always great. I'm like, I'll mess around a little bit. He's going to be a good coach. He's he's the guy that he's thrown himself into the laundry. He's thrown himself into picking up food, but he gets out there and works, rebounds and all that kind of stuff. I think he's willing to kind of not skip steps that, unfortunately, I think some young coaches are doing right now. I think he's very willing to not skip any steps and really understand where it is. Or if he's smart, he just gets out of coaching and does something else. If he was smart.
That's the SIUE head coach, Brian Barone. It's Ring Malith. They're the defending tournament champions here at the OVC. And Brian's going to make a very inspirational speech later today here for all the media members and the rest of them. Appreciate your time today.
Thanks.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much.
you. You're the best. Thank you.